Shop's Basement, hosted by John Quennell, Danny McDevitt, Val Heffelfinger. I'm Dickie, and it's Grim After Dark. You're live.
Welcome to Grim After Dark, Warhammer's only late night show for the reasons you know. My name is John, or at least I'm a picture of John. I'm here to misinform and entertain as we talk about the goings-on over the last week in the world of Warhammer. Before we get going, let's meet the team who makes it possible. First up, he's the birthday boy with the birthday most, now residing in Anchorage, Alaska. Putting the lawn, White Claw, our competitive champion, Danny McDevitt.
Hey, John.
What's up? And then he's the man behind the Iron Curtain of Canada. He's a world eater, not a world beater. It's Tech Priest Dickie. I got to change up that other part because, you know,
What?
Dickie got fired from Team Canada.
Yep. No longer head coach of Team Canada.
Dang.
Yep, they just threw me
How
away.
the mighty have fallen.
Threw me away like it was the end of the season, and it's
Like you were
always what happens.
Like last year's maple syrup.
Last year's maple syrup. Perfect.
I did have a show, and then I went to Charity Hammer a little bit this weekend. Sure, we'll talk about that later. But then we saw everybody was kind of just playing Space Marine 2. So, I mean, Dickie, if you want to just kind of throw it up there, I figured we would also just play Space Marine 2. Don't innovate. Just do things. That's Villicate right there. That is, of course, Danny.
He's running up the stairs. He's running down the stairs. He's bored. Yeah.
I run an infinite amount more than I do in real life in this game.
So we're going to be just regularly chatting about Charity Hammer, 40K, regular stuff like that. Dickie did pull the Grim Cord for some questions. He also pulled Cosmopolitan for some questions.
Oh, I got some choices for you boys. After we do the listener questions, we can have a little fun and choose.
Feel free to leave a comment in the chat. Danny and I are not reading them this week as we are doing this. I did want to point out before we started this corpse here. Oh yeah, by the way, this probably isn't.
Yeah, this is rated T for
this corpse here. Just Hulk Hogan. And it's just very deserving of his fate.
Oh, yeah.
He does look like he's done a lot of drugs, John, and maybe made some racist comments.
This guardsman.
Oh, yeah, wow.
This guardsman slept with his friend's wife and filmed it while saying some unfortunate words.
What a guy. What a guy.
Jeez, he's
definitely not a muscle-bound goon.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Well, guys, why don't you start your mission?
Yeah, we'll see if it crashes out again.
Yeah. Okay, so John, you were actually at Charity Hammer, even though no one knew you were there.
No, I decided to go on Friday night, and then Saturday I kind of went up to Mount Vernon to the Sherman compound. What do we call it? The Sher Mansion. And yeah, had a great time. Didn't take actually any armies with me.
Yeah.
And just had fun. Talked lots of JT, get a lot of people there. I did get to play some games, which was kind of more fun games. Which, by the way, Colin had the great idea of 40K Spelling Bee, which I told him we were absolutely stealing because that sounds quite amazing.
That sounds cool.
Ridiculous stuff that they have going there. And then I also played a tank game where everyone had the game was fun in principle, but was bogged down by too many rules. Everyone, there were 6 of us who got a tank, and like you could tell Mitch Pelham how many degrees you wanted to turn, and then how many how many degrees you wanted to turn, how many inches you wanted to move forward, and then you had to sort of guess the range of what you were firing.
Oh, sounds like Old World. Yeah.
But yeah, it was a little
also like guess ranges, yeah,
it's guess ranges, but sadly he did it on a 60 by 44 table with someone who played like 2nd and 3rd edition. So there's a lot of ranges in there. And then the other one, he had me host, sadly after 6 or 7 beers, so I slurred a tiny bit. Very perhaps. A quick fire question, so everyone stood in the line. And I went down and asked some 40K questions, very rapid fire. If you got it wrong, you moved on. And the best, funniest part for me was Colin has an unrealistic view of how popular our shows have been, Danny. I feel that's a fair comment, right?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, for sure.
So one of the questions was name one of John Quennell's podcasts, which he named. You'll be happy to know Ben Jurek did not name it. Either one.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
He's watched it before. He's been in the audience.
40K After Dark. 40K After Dark.
Oh, that's pretty close. That's like 2/3.
He's like halfway there. Yeah, he's good to go.
Yeah. Well,
Dude, I found a heavy bolter.
It was a great event. They raised over $20,000 for charity.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, they did really good. And again, it's kind of they've traded a lot the past few years on like big names coming. So like your John Lennons, your Nick Nanavadis, and there wasn't that this time.
Yeah.
But they still had a great turnout. And what was I think the best part for me was I met a lot of great people for the local community, which was mainly why I wanted to go.
I mean, they had the biggest name of all, Joe.
It
4
did
Games
have
Live
Joe.
Joe. Yeah.
4 Games Live Joe. My favorite part was when his dogs kept running off to the neighbor's yard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good. But no, Joe did a great job. And I think, like, if they do Charity Hammer again next year, oh, that's so satisfying. The thing to do really is just focus on, one or two things really
on making sparks. That's what you're trying to focus on.
Oh, yeah. That's undodgeable, of course. Of course, instead of just kind of doing like 3 streams, like I think one really great attack one really great, not attack, stream would be fantastic.
See, we found the downfall of playing video games while podcasting.
You just don't have the skill to do it.
Hard to talk at the same time,
Let's just mash those buttons, bro. Oh, John's getting just dumpstered.
It's okay. I backed off. It's probably not good to run in and answer questions.
Yeah, not good. Not good. Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. Danny, what the heck have you been up to?
Dude, I've been recording Old World Charm and talking about that. That's what I've been doing that quite a bit.
Yeah.
I also have been working.
Okay.
And so that's been sorry, that's fucking boring.
Yeah.
I did play in an RTT this weekend.
Oh, tell me more.
I did come in first place.
Well done, sir.
I was pretty happy about that. That made me feel pretty special and smart.
Was this an old world event or?
No, it was a 40K event. I played Dark
Really?
Angels.
Good for you.
Yeah. So it was nice to see.
What kind of list?
So I was practicing for my there's a tournament, there's a big kind of like GT coming up in Alaska called Battlezone Ursa, kind of our big local event, and so I've been kind of compiling my list and trying to figure out what I'm going to bring. But ultimately, what I decided on is I'm going for like a low model count army, which is good for my my painting endurance. So I've got I'm running a pretty basic Dark Angels list, although I am taking the Lion because he's fucking cool.
Yeah.
So I've got the Lion as my warlord. I've got a Apothecary Biologus. I've got with fire discipline, and then he joins a unit of 6 Eradicators. I have Asriel, who joins a unit of Inner Circle Companions, which I've really been enjoying. They're very fun to play. I've got 2 units of 5 Deathwing Knights. I've got 1 unit with swords and 1 unit with maces, because I actually like having the swords is actually pretty good in a bunch of instances.
Yeah.
I've got a Land Raider Redeemer. I've got a Repulsor, which the Eradicators go into, and the Eradicators are so good.
There was conversations
units of 5 Infiltrators,
about
and
if they're good or not.
What's that?
They're saying there was a lot of conversation this weekend about Eradicators and if they're good or not.
I don't know. Okay. Well, I'd like to hear from other people. What did other people have to say about them?
Well, I was going to say Mitch didn't value them, but then when I told him, he's like, no, when you played against me, they did a lot of work, not just from sort of like a damage perspective, but having to make me rethink / remove around.
Sure.
Yeah.
I found them to be very good in Overwatch, because they were able to, I was able to put them in a point, and they don't need, get them out of an area of the battlefield, blow up a tank or 2 tanks in a lot of situations, and then shoot, and then be there for Overwatch. So if any other vehicles moved in, they don't need Oath of Moment to get full rerolls to hit against vehicles, which I found to be very good. And
Yeah.
since they have Fire Discipline, that gives the Apothecary Biologist, that gives them lethal and sustained one. So if I do hit any 6s on Overwatch, like that's 2 hits, and I get to reroll the 2 wound roll on the hit that doesn't automatically wound.
Yeah.
So like, and I get to reroll the damage roll.
Oh,
So
man.
like, I was getting very consistent damage rolls through on them. I killed a Vindicator on Overwatch
Mm-hmm.
when my opponent just moved in, which was pretty dope. I like that. That felt really powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And then but yeah, I played some really good players this weekend. Probably some of the people that I would expect to play in the top tables of the local GT. And
Nice.
I got pretty lucky, so it was really fun. And it's cool to play kind of a more elite army that relies more on killing than doing the mission.
Yeah.
Because that's normally the way I play, is like I play almost solely like just trying to do the mission. And it was fun to do something that was pretty different. So, yeah.
Nice.
I guess that's the kind of nice thing about the RTTs in Alaska is that you almost get like a really good opportunity to see your opponent, like your main competitions list, right? And
Yeah.
kind of, like how they're doing, and like I guess the downside is they get the same kind of experience too.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind.
But you did used to call your shot.
Yeah.
That was my favorite.
I mean, it's probably to my benefit to like not do that as much, but it was fine.
That was my favorite Danny era like Facebook post, would be like the Friday night post. It's like, here's my army list for tomorrow.
And then like people that I knew were going to go, like not coming because they didn't want to play against it. Was always a pretty good feeling.
They had all night to figure out how to beat it.
I know.
Yeah, weird.
Literally, one of our friends was like, I don't think I can win, so I'm just not going to come and play.
The best part was like, you know, like Mac, the picking up the scraps, right? For the Mac system after the Dennis system, is people would just start to spec towards beating your list of the RTT. So I would just spec into beating lists that could beat your list. So you could go 2-1 because everyone specs into beating this like thing, but nope.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Well, I have some questions from the audience for you guys, and a lot like hot ones. I'm gonna ask them, and you guys have to answer them in uncomfortable ways because you're trying to kill hordes and hordes of nitty bugs.
I really appreciate you asking these when we're in like a pause point, like a refresh situation.
Yeah. Okay, so the first question from Nikki D.
Oh, what up,
is,
Nikki D?
What faction deserves to be squatted?
Ooh.
So
first come, first serve on answers.
I mean, the obvious answer here is Votan, like for the joke.
That would be a funny joke.
But I think really the answer is, and as I'm playing this game, Tyranids. What a terrible faction.
Oh, jeez.
Harlequin should not be a separate army.
Oh. Would it make a difference to you, John, if you learned that they were not actually a separate army anymore?
Oh, that's right. They're in the Eldar, but yeah, look at my my desires coming true already. No, you know what I would love to see? A Marine faction being killed off. Like, not the Imperial Fists.
Like one whole chapter.
Like White Stars, so long.
See, I would almost go a different way. I would love to see a faction, like a whole chapter.
Like a first founding chapter?
Yeah, turn to chaos. Wouldn't that be awesome? Like that recently.
Oh, mistakes have been made. Mistakes have been made.
Okay. Well, next question while you're mashing buttons.
Mistakes have been made. Questions.
So I'm gonna skip another question because I don't know if you guys read this one yet. So, who makes the best sandwich in a tournament setting?
Your mom.
Nice.
I mean, like,
You know,
So between both of you, who would make the best sandwich at an
like
event?
between us?
Yes.
I feel you make a pretty mean sandwich, dude.
Yeah, look, I'm not willing to concede that I would not just whoop your ass at making sandwiches, dude. I'm pretty good at eating stuff. So,
but are you good at making stuff?
John, obviously I'm good at making stuff if I'm good at eating stuff. Like those two things go hand in hand.
Or you buy it, either one, right? Okay. So, next question is best and worst food options during lunch at a tournament.
Oh, the Thai place outside Tier 1.
That is like S tier.
Okay, but is that best or worst?
Food options.
Okay. So that is the best.
It's the best option. It's like not even close.
Okay, so you're both in conjunction with this option.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, look, it's cute that other people think that they might have good food options, but they're just wrong.
Okay, so what's the worst then?
So, in saying that, there's times your lunch break isn't that long. Sometimes that place isn't fast.
Yeah, that's true.
And then also when you take your leftovers away, it's kind of routine, like a curry at the table.
All right, you say that, but I have done that before, and my opponents haven't complained at all.
Well, I mean,
to your face, yeah.
If you go to your friends at Frontline Gaming using the link below and get one of their tabletop mats, they do wipe clean.
Yeah, they're actually curry resistant is one of the things that they
It
advertise.
only smell for way too long. Oh, that's sad.
I hate burgers generally because it's the general go-to for everyone.
Pizza burgers, yeah.
Pizza and burgers, so I don't like that. Dave & Buster's was a pretty dope post-tournament, but not lunch. That's bad.
I wouldn't want to eat something like, okay, here's what I would not eat is Ethiopian food. And hear me out. Here's why I say that. It's a food that you eat with your hands, and you've been shaking hands and rolling dice, and your hands are just disgusting. Like, so, plus then you're shaking other people's hands, and like, you've got a bunch of lentils on them, and like, other spices. Like, no thanks. I think that would be a big miss. Like, I don't think anybody wants to get some curried goat on their fingers if I'm shaking their hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah. In chat, they're saying chicken wings are a bad choice for.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's good.
That's then you get the round 2 shits, and then you lose 20 minutes off your clock having to deal with that.
Yeah.
Subway.
Good point.
Subway is the best lunch because it doesn't give you round 2 shits, and it is made fresh and fast.
Who's that lady? Who's that looker?
There's no women in Warhammer, Dickie. Please don't get us.
Yeah, there's no women in this game at all.
No.
In fact,
I was like, okay, all right. With Blood Angel's nipples going away, what's the next model or faction aesthetic to go?
Eldari will no longer be like elf-like. They'll all have a gut, so they can better represent their player base.
I was kind of thinking maybe they would have pointed heads.
Oh, like cone heads.
Like to go with their helmets.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense, actually.
But yeah, no, I like John's actually.
Yeah.
That is true.
Just imagine
and like a neck beard, maybe.
The fire dragons, like they don't actually change the model at all. They just the armor, they just add a gut so it kind of sticks out from the underneath.
Yeah, I really like that.
This is where like Slaanesh gets more powerful, and 11th edition is through the gluttony of the Eldari.
So they just let themselves go.
Just let themselves go. Oh.
I like when you aim the bolt rifle with a grenade launcher, it like turns it sideways for a kill shot.
Oh heck yeah.
Oh dear.
That's a lot of that.
Yeah, you're getting a lot of stuff. Okay, so given how successful the roadmap was recently at Nova, can you give us a new roadmap matching GW's effort for their Nova roadmap?
Oh, like for GW stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, so first I think we really need to celebrate the success of 5th edition. That launch was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
You can never underestimate how well we did with 5th edition.
Judging by all the boxes everywhere, yeah, sure, they did great.
For sure. Aside, my favorite bit is they did a quiz, an old rule quiz at Charity Hammer, where they had a bunch of the old rule books.
Yeah.
And one question I got asked was, "Which edition is this?" And they held up the rule book. It was a rule book with 4 written on it in big Roman numerals, and I said 5th. Continually.
Nailed it.
And mainly after I realized it like the 3rd time, I continually did it on purpose because it seemed to really annoy Tyler, because he was like, Tyler Bortel was just like, it says 4 right on the skull.
Nothing like making...
where's like he can read. Give me a break.
Like nothing like making the most delightful person in 40K mad at you, John. That's well done.
That's what I do.
Okay, next question.
You think Tyler Bortel is the most like
he? So at WTC he was there. He was a delight. He was always talking to me, asking me how I was doing.
Oh, I bet he was always talking to you.
The man likes to talk.
The dude has the most energy of any person I've ever seen in my entire life. It's incredible.
Okay, fair enough.
How does he exist in that state of like hyperactivity for so long? I don't understand, man.
Apparently moving to Spain as well.
Really?
Yeah.
That's exciting. Wow, look at
That's
him.
cool.
Anyway, that's too much positivity for the show. So next question. What is the longest you've gone without buying a new mini?
That is not what I thought that question was going.
Are we counting the addition breaks when everyone becomes a teenager and gives up for a little bit?
I think we're just looking for the period of time.
I'm currently at 2 months.
Oh, well done, sir.
Mainly because I am living in
You
a
just
hotel.
moved. Yeah, it's hard to buy models when you're... But, I mean, if you went to a game store, we both know that you would be like, you would get the itch.
I've actually been looking at that little Blood Angels army box.
Oh.
Very sweet.
Ooh,
We're not even going to get a single army box in Alaska, apparently.
Oh, really?
Is what they were saying this weekend. So we're not going to allow it for Ursa.
You know what's fantastic is the Games Workshop store in Tacoma has some.
Oh, that's good.
Well, that's other, like, I live in real America. I can order spray paint by their web store, which is something I've never done before.
Yeah, non-contiguous to contiguous. Well done.
Yeah, it's a weird place, but yeah, Blood Angels box look cool, and I probably look at all those guys. Well, that's cool. Yeah, it's been about 2 months for me, Danny. What about you? I can't
What about
imagine
you, Danny?
for long.
What's the last thing you bought, Danny?
I bought a new repulsor on Saturday.
Okay, well.
So I buy stuff all the time, but I don't know. The longest I've gone without buying something is probably 6 months.
Yeah. Second part to this question: what are our favorite paints?
Great question.
And easy for me,
Okay,
I
go.
think. Yeah. So my favorite paints are Chaos Black,
Yep.
Bulk Gunmetal,
Okay.
or whatever the equivalent is now. I don't know. And then I like. Is it Serpent Green or Sotek Green? I think it's Sotek Green.
I don't know.
I really like that color. I use it a lot.
Well, John is killing many bugs. I will go. I think some of the contrast paints really surprised me from GW. Some of the newer ones, I'll say. So, the new black. So not Black Templar, Black Legion.
Black is that a contrast?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is a contrast. It is a fantastic contrast paint, as well as the yellow. I think it's Imperial Fist yellow or the brand new contrast yellow is unbelievable. Like,
I've been looking this up because Danny's kind of shamed me into realizing I have thousands of points of Black Templars and I probably shouldn't be moving on to Blood Angels.
yeah.
So for like
I am known to a Melta rifle.
Oh my.
I left a bolt rifle with a grenade launcher if you want it there too.
Oh, I have one.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to double check with you. Make sure
yeah, like, I've been trying to. I heard really good things about P3s, like or like army painters. It's black washed to make it look really good.
Oh, I think that's Black Grime or Grim or something.
Yeah, because the Black Templar isn't fantastic.
No, honestly, Black Legion is awesome. Like they did a great job on it. It's very different than Black Templar. If I was to do Black Templars, I'd probably be using Black Legion, ironically. But yeah,
I think my favorite, it's going to be, well, I can narrow it down to two, and they're both, well, one's a wash, one's a glaze. My favorite is Drushi Violet.
Oh, that's a good one.
Because like 90% of my armies are purple. It's a phenomenal wash. It does really good in recesses. The other one, which is
good for skin tone too, actually.
Well, I was going to say the other one, which is integral for how I paint skin tone, would be Bloodletter Glaze.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good. Yeah, is that around still?
It is not around still. When it was discontinued, I bought like 12 pots, and I'm down to 6.
Bring it back, GW. Bring it back.
It's really good for just getting kind of like, if you look, humble brag time. If you look on Warhammer Community at their annual painting article, the kind of the recess and everything, Bloodletter Glaze is how we did a lot of the skin for him.
Yeah,
makes sense.
Okay, so that was great. Thanks, guys. Next question: what kind of cheese would go with different types of tournament players, and why? I got tournament players that wine. Wait, this is good. What kind of cheese would go with different tournament players that wine?
I think for me, it would be a can of cheese. If you're in the UK, yeah, cheese in a can.
Yeah.
It's not really cheese, but it sort of works.
God. Yeah.
Yeah, like fake cheese, like Cheese Whiz or...
A Cheese Whiz. I would be Cheese Whiz. Danny, if you went at a tournament, how would you classify yourself as a cheese?
Probably some kind of smelly cheese, if I were being honest. Because, like, I'd be really whining.
You'd be like Camembert.
Oh, yeah. I think I would be like a really stinky blue cheese.
Like Roquefort?
Oh, yeah, I'd be just coppery and stinky. For sure.
Coppery?
Yeah.
Okay, so picture the worst person you played at a tournament. What kind of cheese are they?
Okay. Got him in my head. Okay, go.
No names. No names.
No, that would be wrong to say.
No, actually, that might be more
say his name. Yep.
Stuff.
What, with the worst player I played at the tournament, what kind of cheese would they be? God, I would have to say, have you guys ever heard of Osterfort cheese?
No.
Oh,
okay.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
it's made in a small community in Pennsylvania, but they eat it a lot in Alabama too. Actually, surprisingly enough.
Southern cheese.
But yeah, it's known for its like birds. Highly allergic to it. Kills thousands of birds every year.
Really? Why would a cheese kill a bird?
I don't know. It seems like a weird combination, but Osterfort cheese, well-known killer of birds.
Seth and cheese apparently is the biggest.
What? Seth? I wasn't talking about that.
Oh, no way.
Funny.
I'm about to die.
See, this is why it's hard. Okay. We kind of gone through our listener questions.
I wish I had a flamer.
Why won't it let me interact?
So, guys, we're at the moment you have a choice.
Okay.
Of questions.
Choice is bad.
What? What's bad?
Choice.
Oh, well, I mean, it's also funny. So, one choice is Canadian life skills that are super basic. So if you can't do them, I'll just assume you're American. There's questions that you answer. Or this quiz will tell you what type of relationship you are and your significant other have. You get to
All
choose.
right. I want to know what kind of relationship John and I have.
That's
All right.
fair.
That was really that makes me sad because the Canadian one was funny. But sure, no problem.
Oh, okay. Let's do the Canadian one then. Dickie, you didn't say it was
You
funny.
had choice. I gave you choice. I should have just.
You have a preference, yeah.
Well, okay.
Oh, we have to get back
how about I'll
inside,
ask a couple of these ones and then we'll move on. Okay, so this is a question for both of you because both of you are the relationship in this instance.
Sure.
How much do you and your significant other talk?
Like every day, probably.
Probably through like I am counts, right? Lazy messages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
In person, though, probably once a week.
Maybe
Just
far less than that recently.
I sent Danny a wonderful message that said, "Behold this trash."
Oh.
Yeah. And it was just a really bad Necron list that looked like it would kill my back.
So fucking bad, dude.
It would kill my back play, but in a good way.
Okay, so next question.
Not in a sexy way, though.
Danny will be the lead on this.
Okay.
So it's a rapid fire, okay? So Danny, you're gonna start, and then John, you need to continue with the answer. Ready?
Okay.
Danny, what do you and your partner have in common?
Well, we have a lot of the same hobbies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I also we share a similar age. We come from the same generation.
Okay, Danny, stop. John, what do you have in common with Danny?
We have a very similar sense of humor.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Okay, what Danny? Back to you.
What do we have in common?
Yep. Keep going.
Oh, sorry. So I answered 2 questions. I should have only answered 1.
So you want me to do a second?
I don't know if it worked like that. Just give a new one.
Oh,
You're supposed to be significant others. You should have more than 3 things in common.
that's fair.
Let's see. We have lots of things in common.
Yeah.
We're similar height.
Yeah. You're both giant. That makes sense.
Which is important.
Well, I guess it's important. Yeah, sure.
I got knocked down. Watch out for the spore mines, guys.
Yeah. Oh God, spore mines. I would say, like I said, sounds really good. An appreciation of the Fast and the Furious franchise.
Okay.
That's true.
Like, yeah, some of my best memories were like with Danny with Fast and Furious.
Okay.
So I'm bummed we didn't manage to do 10 before I left.
I know, me too.
But I told my wife I'm buying a 100-inch TV, so we can do 10 when you come down.
Did you actually talk to her about that yet, or you're going?
No, I did. I did because I have an entire wall that will fit a TV.
Okay. Next part of this. I'm gonna start with John on this one.
Okay.
What's the one thing you change about your partner? It's gonna get real existential.
Sometimes I annoy him quite a bit with like stuff, and it's not really meant. But sometimes I can make him sad by the way I talk to him like an asshole.
So, but what do you want to change about him though? That he's okay with.
He wants me to be less offended, I think, is what he's trying to say.
Okay, Danny, what's one thing you can change about John?
One thing I would change about John is I wish he was, I mean, I know he's not American, but I just wish he was just a little bit more patriotic.
Fair enough.
I need help on antenna D here, by the way.
Are you down?
No, antenna D though is getting pretty down.
I'm getting there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to dodge this fucking bitch ass zoanthrope.
Oh jeez. Danny.
Yeah. Yo.
What's something you'd leave your partner for?
40K.
Oh, that's very. You'd leave, but like, what specifically about 40K would you leave him for? Like, if anyone else wanted to play a game, you'd be Gonzo.
This antenna is going down.
Hold on a second. Sorry, I'm trying to blow up this fucking thing. Okay. Now that I'm alive again.
Yep.
And I'm like doing a lot of rolling. So that means I must be pretty good. if I've seen enough Dark Souls stuff.
Yep.
What? No, I wouldn't leave John. Not for anything. I mean, it
Well,
would take a lot. He would have to
But what if
I don't
he
know,
did
kill a
something
family
awful?
member or something.
If so, murder. So murder is the leave point. Okay.
Yeah, I would say murder or sexual assault, something like that.
Huh. Okay.
Oh, die.
There's a lot. There's middle ground stuff that you. Okay, sure. Yeah. No. Okay. John.
Not for me.
John,
I'm pretty black and white, dude.
John, same question. What's something that you'd leave your partner for?
Losing my trust.
Okay.
Like, I generally don't care what people do, but just be honest about it.
Yeah.
Because there's no need to lie.
There's no need to lie.
No.
All right, let's move on, because that's not funny. So
That was pretty serious, yeah.
It's getting really serious. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the Canadian. The Canadian questions. Simple Canadian questions. What kind of proper cheese goes on a poutine?
Oh, it is mozzarella. I
A
know.
cheese curd.
Is it mozzarella?
No, John. Unfortunately, that is a wrong answer.
Oh, the people of Beaver Creek lied to me.
Yeah, no, it is 100% cheese curd. Danny gets a point there in this fictitious game that no one will remember the points.
Beaver Creek, Yukon. You lied to me.
Yep.
You gave me poutine with mozzarella, and I was hype because I do love chips and cheese and gravy. Ugh.
So
Fairly Canada.
This question is not very fair because you both lived in Alaska, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Can you shovel a driveway without stabbing yourself in the stomach with the handle?
No.
Yes.
No.
Of course you can.
I'm just gonna squeak my chair.
Yeah, no, I hear it.
Don't worry about it.
Not worried about it. Just sitting. Here's one that it's very serious to Canadians. Can you tell the difference between table syrup and maple syrup?
Yes. They're taste wise or could I look at it and tell? No.
Really?
I could taste it.
You could almost 100% tell if it was table syrup or maple syrup just by the look of it.
Is it the thickness?
Yes, it'll be the thickness.
So maple syrup is thick.
Interesting.
Maple syrup is thick, and table syrup is almost like water. It's okay.
Okay.
It's served to tourists.
Served to just bad people. Canadian audience. Yeah, that's right. Canadian audience, rise up. That's right. See what happens when you let Dickie ask the questions.
There are dozens of us.
Here's a good question. Can you make craft dinner without reading the instructions?
Fuck is a craft dinner?
Yeah, what the fuck is craft dinner?
Oh, it's that joke in South Park with Terrence and Phillip.
So
is that really something that you guys
yeah,
do?
So
that's a dreadnought.
Cheesy noodles is what it is, and you basically make it out of a box. It's called craft dinner.
You mean like Kraft macaroni and cheese?
Yes, so we call it craft dinner. You guys call it Kraft macaroni and cheese.
Okay, so in our culture, Dickie, that's a side, not a main course.
Well, in our culture, you add hot dogs to that son of a bitch, and it's a main course.
I liked, by the way, that I just shut the gate on that guy.
Yeah, that wasn't very nice. He's just walking away sadly. Oh.
Well, bitch ass should have sped up.
Can you tell the difference between a raccoon and a possum?
Yes.
Yeah.
Possums are fatter, right? And they don't have the weird face.
Possums are the opossum, which is what possum is short for, is a marsupial. A raccoon is a placental mammal. So there's a huge difference between those things. Raccoons are more closely related to bears because they're plantigrade, just like a bear is. Whereas a possum is not. Possums are great though. I like both those animals a lot. We just don't happen to have them in Alaska, either of them.
Yeah, raccoons also have
this game has made me really realize that the level of the chuts in the 40K scene and their knowledge. Because when they saw this Ultramarine here, this Phobos captain with like a Scottish accent, they're like, "Why isn't he a space wolf?" I'm like, "Oh, you just live by stereotypes."
People really say that?
I saw that on Facebook.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Why would a space wolf have a Scottish accent?
Because he's got a beard and a Scottish accent. He's not from a civilized world. We went over this last week.
Oh my god.
So here's an interesting tidbit. I don't know if you guys will be able to get this. I would imagine no. John, can you impersonate a loon?
Like the money?
No, like the bird.
Maybe come off my chair. Like, wasn't it?
Oh, Danny, do you have? What was that? You, Danny? What was that?
Yeah, that was me.
That was well done. You did quite well.
Dude just hit play on a YouTube video.
I've heard a lot of loons in my life.
Yeah.
He is.
Now wait, are we talking red-throated loon, Pacific loon, Arctic loon? What kind of loon are we talking here, buddy?
I think the old Southern Ontario loon is probably what we're
You like that flex?
So here's one, and I promise I'm not going to tell any American friends. No one watches this show anyway.
That's true.
Can you sing the national anthem of Canada?
Oh, Canada, our home and
Native land, true patriot love. That's all I know.
I know the tune. The true north, strong and free, right?
Oh, you're getting pretty close. You're like 60% there.
Dude, I've seen enough international soccer to know a lot of countries' anthems.
That's great because Canada is like 60% like the U.S.
Well, I think if anything, we're learning that there's a lot of differences.
No.
Can you convert Fahrenheit to Celsius in your head?
No.
Fuck that.
To the ooh.
How about kilometers?
I know 55 kilometers an hour is actually 62 miles an hour because I was very annoyed the entire time driving through Canada.
Well, usually vehicles have an ability to change the way your speedo looks, but I don't know if your jalopy can do that.
Well, it's because it has a tiny a plasma pit. Very tiny magazine.
Oh.
Or in a very, very tiny kilometers thing. It's the inner wheel.
What is a butter tart?
Is it a Pop-Tart you put butter on because you're a fucking monster?
Is that a greasy whore?
Is that a strip club in Toronto?
Wow. Wow.
Oh man. I have to say, I really do like it when I make Dickie feel uncomfortable. That makes me happy.
Yeah. Can you name all 13 provinces in Canada? John, you're really good at this.
There's the Yukon, British Columbia. I went through another one. There's Quebec.
Yeah, that's on the other side of the country. That's not the one that you went by.
That's fine.
Are you maybe thinking of Alberta, John?
Oh, Alberta. That's the other one. I'm trying to think of wrestlers' hometowns right now, by the way.
Saskatchewan, Manitoba.
Yeah.
Ottawa. New Brunswick.
Yep.
Provinces,
not cities.
Oh, is that not a province?
Ottawa is not a province, no.
Oh, okay. I don't fucking know. Is Newfoundland? Is that a province?
It is, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, the big one. I'm going through the Wizard of Oz episode of South Park when they go through all of Canada.
That's how you know us? Oh, that's the worst.
That's Scott. He's a dick.
Northwest Territories.
Yeah.
Although that's something else now, right? That's called something different.
Nunavut. Yep.
Okay, thank you. Sorry about that.
I know that's about all I've got.
What are we missing?
The province I live in is probably one of the more important
Ontario?
ones. Yeah, well done.
Oh, that's the name of it. I was thinking it was Ottawa, but it's Ontario.
No, it's
Yes.
Toronto, Ontario.
Yeah, that's right.
Do we miss any others?
I think you got a lot of them. Did you say New Brunswick?
Danny did.
I said that, and then you said that not. Oh, that you were talking. I said New Brunswick. I thought
Yeah,
you were talking about that.
No,
as a
you were
city.
talking about Ottawa.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I got New Brunswick.
Okay, that's where Peter lives, Mr. Falcon.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Isn't that a bowling company?
What?
Brunswick?
New Brunswick.
Hmm.
Isn't that a stew?
As opposed to Old Brunswick.
Old Brunswick Bowling Company makes bowling balls. New Brunswick, Canadian province.
Oh, I hate it.
Well, guys, I hate to tell you this, but you're Americans.
Wow, that's some bullshit right there.
Sorry.
We're Americans?
Yep.
I don't agree with that at all.
No, I mean, that's fair, John.
Oh, man. Fantastic.
I'm sorry, guys.
No, that's okay. It looks like as well.
Yeah, we're sorry, too.
Oh, I see what you did there. You made fun of the fact that we say sorry a lot, huh?
I did two things.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Looked like as we were playing, more people realized they could ask questions we didn't tell anyone. Or no, you already grabbed that. Whew, thank goodness. Oh, no, wait. What a second.
Yeah.
What cursed thing survives into M41 but gets misconstrued as something else?
Danny, that's
furries.
Furries. Oh, yeah. They thought it was how we spelled psychers back in the day. So actually, every day thousands of furries are sacrificed to the Emperor's golden throne. That's
the only thing that keeps the Astronomicon going.
The cries of thousands of souls yelling "woo" at once just rain across Terra.
Oh, look at this guy. Hey, there's another female.
Mars.
Look, a female. Look.
I'm
the
getting
same
sick of
female.
this bullshit representation being forced into every corner of my homoerotic universe.
I have some funny trivia. If you guys
Do it.
We have some time before the show ends. So, what is widely believed to be your strongest muscle in the human body?
My dick.
The gluteus maximus.
Your butt.
Yeah.
So
The
so
tongue.
I just wanted to verify. So the both options we gave is John's penis and Danny's ass.
Well, that's the strong opponents.
I mean, okay. What were you expecting us to say? I mean, really?
It's widely believed that your jaw, the muscle to the on the outside of your jaw, is the strongest muscle in the body.
Oh.
Interesting.
Next question.
Agree to disagree.
Yeah.
How many bones do sharks have?
0.
One, my penis.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. Well done. One was the correct answer, and it was because of John's penis.
The way that you defeat a shark in the water is to dominate it. What better way to do that than with my penis?
Sexually. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Sharks notoriously hate being the bottom.
Yeah, sharks are notorious tops.
What whale is actually a dolphin?
Oh,
The
shit.
killer whale.
It's actually the. Oh, I know this one. Is it the? You said what whale is actually a dolphin?
Yes.
Thought I knew this one. Is it the? It's no. I'm thinking of a different kind of shark.
It's
Okay.
the killer whale.
It is the orca. Danny is correct.
I saw orcas. They do not mess around.
They don't.
Vicious.
My favorite animal, John. Did you know that?
Imagine Jurassic Park, but instead of dinosaurs, it's just massive tanks with like above ground sea creatures, like orcas and sharks and stuff.
This is an amazing question.
And then like halfway through the movie, like you just suddenly find the island's underwater, and the guy's like, clever girl, found a way to flood the island.
Which state is it illegal to carry an ice cream cone in your back pocket on Sunday?
That sounds like a Texas thing.
Danny?
I'm gonna say Oregon.
They do have a lot of weird laws.
I mean, it was set up to be a racist utopia.
We're both incorrect. The answer is Georgia. In Georgia,
Why do they have
it's
this ice
illegal,
cream in Georgia?
it's illegal to carry an ice cream cone in your back pocket on a Sunday.
Do you think they have like a task force for that? Or like sting operators
Yeah,
setting up
most
ice-
likely, John. It's actually, yeah, they most likely have definitely people that's all they do is their job is to
like
enforce.
Baskin Robbins, they're setting up undercover cars.
Yeah, it's sponsored by them.
Here's one for Mr. Quennell. What is noteworthy about the reproductive system of a male snake?
Isn't it inside the body?
Got 2 heads.
But it's got 2 dongs? Or just 2 heads on a single dong?
Got double dong.
Double dong? Like
Well,
a,
I mean, it's two, no, it's a 2-headed thing. I'm sorry, John. You're right.
a
my bad.
14er?
It's a weenus, actually, is what it's called.
Venus. Is it a cloaca?
No, I think snakes have a hemipenis.
Thank you for asking so many genital-related questions. It really
I know my audience. The snake has 2 penises. So Danny was originally right.
Oh,
Damn, I thought it was double-headed.
the
Yeah,
cloaca is the penis of the snake. It also has a penis.
What do you call a baby goat?
Kid.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well done.
Run this way here. Beautiful. Man, these animal facts. And people say they don't learn anything from our show.
Well,
There
I'll
you go.
help you.
They're going to learn something today.
They learn how to not play Space Marine 2, which is an amazingly satisfying game. Pro tip, don't just run into the middle of, just a chainsword. Run into the middle of nowhere.
Where are you?
Oh, I'm following the map. There you go. I'm in front of you.
Another, because you guys are enjoying animal facts so much.
Yeah, I love animal facts.
How many brains and hearts do octopus have?
Oh, they have something like 3 hearts? Oh, no, they have 2 brains, right? Because
They have 9 brains.
9?
I think they have 1 in every tentacle. And then they have the main one.
I know it's so like they can't fall asleep.
I don't know how many hearts they have. I don't really care.
2 hearts, 1
Because-
soul.
That's not very nice. I will answer the question.
Yeah,
You
what's
guys
the
are
answer,
losing.
Dickie?
They have 9 brains and 3 hearts.
Oh, you were.
Yeah, we were both right, John.
John, you
Good
had
effort.
it. Both you guys are a great couple. I'll tell you.
I like that you understand the heart, or I understand the heart, and you understand the brain. That's actually a really good description of how we work.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually agree with that.
Even though it doesn't exist, the unicorn is the national animal of what country?
Scotland.
That's right. The unicorn is the national animal of Scotland.
I didn't know that.
It's a
Is that because it's not a real country either?
Oh, it's a Jesus and there's this big tapestry at Stirling Castle about like how they hunted a unicorn and trapped it, but it came back to life after. It's essentially it's a Jesus analogy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Facts.
What European country is the home to a town called Hell?
That would be Scotland, and its proper name is Glasgow.
Norway.
Well done, Danny. Yes, Norway is correct.
I stand by my answer.
a good answer.
It is. Anyone who's been to Glasgow knows it.
What is a group of porcupines called?
A fuck. Just a fuck of porcupines.
I don't know, like a quill off or something.
No.
A jerk.
See, you're just going right back to penis stuff.
Just making stuff up, Dickie.
Well, you could have made this up. It's called a prickle.
A prickle.
A prickle is
That's
a group
just
of
stupid.
Who's
That's a
going to
stupid
make
name for a group of animals. Ooh, a stalker bolt rifle.
Oh, well, there's a sniper up ahead. No.
Oh, dang. This scope is sick.
So, which Leonardo DiCaprio movie has the most
Jesus
use
Christ.
of F word?
Wolf of Wall Street.
Django Unchained. Or if it's not that, it's got to be Once Upon a Time in
It was
Hollywood.
Wolf of Wall Street, because Django Unchained was
Oh, man. Good call, John.
John is correct. Wolf of Wall
Yeah.
Street uses
Good call, John.
569 F-bombs.
And one Margot Robbie. All right, I'm just gonna run and kill this guy. No, that's some good facts time. Chat, how was this? Was this any worse than a regular Grim?
I think it was a little worse, but I'm okay with it. You guys get to play video games tonight. Get to sit and run the stream, I guess.
Yeah.
I always get fucked over. This is a funny fact. What animal did Australian soldiers fight in 1932?
Emus.
That's right.
Your mom.
The war just lasted a month. The soldier literally used machine guns to fight birds.
And they lost.
What?
And the emus won a small victory.
Imagine being the commander who has to go back and report that.
Pretty fucking embarrassing.
I
lost, like, if I haven't lost more respect for Australians after the whole breakdancing
You added
debacle.
2 podcasts in a week.
Now, yeah, I know, I true. Now, the whole emu war is just another level of, like, wow. That's
The Emu
awesome.
War of 1942.
1932.
I wish it was a 4, so it was like the Emu War of 94.
94.
Beautiful. Well,
That's it.
that's it. That's some good facts, Dickie.
You like that? That's pretty good
Yeah.
facts there.
That's some good. Like I said, thank you for bearing with us. We are currently in the process of purchasing. Well, I say we as a podcast. I mean, like, actually me and my wife. Our West Coast studio for Grim After Dark.
Ooh.
And eventually, it'll be finished and ready to go. But right now, we have a choice between gameplay footage or me in my bathroom. So this week, I decided to switch it up a little bit and have me in my bathroom.
And next week, if we're still in the same situation, Danny's gonna have his own feed, so you're gonna be able to watch Danny play or John play.
Which is better because I'm not very good.
Yeah.
If we've learned anything from the stream, my Space Marine 2, they're not sponsoring us. They should, but
It's a cool fucking game.
It's really
fucking
cool.
game.
Yeah.
It's just Gears of War, but with Space Marines, and that's cool. And then, I don't like that they give us heavy weapon options. Oh no. But yeah. I guess at this point, I'm just going to pause. This is more like it. You're right. Dickie, Danny, plug your stuff.
Oh, jeez.
Well, you can check out Dickie and I on the
Yeah.
latest episode of Old World Charm.
Yeah, they let me talk. Yeah.
I know. We even let him talk this time, guys. We're really trying to be progressive. Give opportunities to people that normally don't get them. And
Nice. Jesus Christ.
no, it was a good episode. We talk about army list construction. We kind of go over the Nova lists and what
That
won
was a lot
there
of fun,
and why it.
actually. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good episode. I really enjoyed talking about all that, and it got me hyped to play even larger games.
Actually, I was gonna say someone reached out about Chaos Dwarfs. They were interested in making a list. I thought,
Nice.
I was super excited about that.
Do you have any tournaments coming up, Danny, for Old World, or anything that you're super hyped about?
Not for Old World. I'm waiting to see if I want to do Old World in Vegas or not this year. Just depending on what my job situation is, because I don't find out if I pass the bar until like
October 24th.
That's right.
Isn't it a bit weird that you're allowed to like be a lawyer until you find out you're not a lawyer?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like,
it's kind of interesting because if I like in my day job, I don't think they'd let me do my job without having all the
without 3 hours of Walmart safety training.
Yeah, yeah, man. That 3 hours, that is important stuff. I'll tell you.
You
right
think
now.
that sawdust knows how to get on puke by itself? I don't think so.
That's right. That's right. How do you unclog a toilet? It's
sadly they absolutely let me do my day job without proper certification.
Too funny.
And so would Walmart.
For myself, I'm at a couple events in September. I have a team tournament this coming weekend. I am not even a little prepared for. And then in 2 weeks, I have the Stud or Snotling team event.
Oh, heck cool. Yeah.
It's going to be awesome. The good old Dustin Henshaw running it. So,
yeah.
Good people.
A lot of fun.
He's the real class act.
Does he still wear that stupid jacket?
Every day. I tell him to take it off, and I told him, please, you have to take it off, and he won't.
No, he's good people. And like I said, I'm still living at a hotel with my miniatures in the container. But I want to just quick shout out to all of the players in the local Olympia, Puyallup, Pacific Northwest chats who have been incredibly welcoming to me, even as I am just my asshole self, like straight off the bat.
You're a lovable individual, John.
I am. I'm a cheeky chappy. I'm excited to getting out and playing some events. You know what else I'm super excited for? Guys, did you know flights are just dirt cheap?
No, they're not for me, but sure, I'm glad they are for you.
Because I would always look down and be like, how is this person going to like 30 events across 10 states? And it's because you can get there for like $150.
Yeah.
Whereas before it was like $400 or $500. So
yeah, that's true.
So yeah, excited to get out more and kind of unleash my just terrible army lists on the world.
Okay.
Hype, dude.
Hype. We'll be back next week. Will it be Space Marine 2? Will it be Slides? Will it be a combo of both? Who knows? Like I said, this week we kind of defaulted because I did go down Cherry Hammer during my regular Grim prep time. If you haven't had a chance, definitely go back and watch those streams. One of the games, I think it was a Saturday night game between, I think, Ben, Jurek, and Matt. I forget the other guy's name, but that was a fantastic game. There's some really good close games of 40K. And one of the cool things about seeing some people that you might not see all that often is you can't really tell what's going to happen. There's no like classic Lenin plays or kind of this is probably going to happen here. There's a lot of good games, a lot of good content. And definitely watch the quiz night that was a Saturday at 9 p.m. Pacific because I got incredibly humbled by no one knowing who I was when they should have. But yeah, Ben, wonderful human being, incredibly friendly, recognized me, doesn't know my work, and that's fine.
Yeah, I've talked to him so many times.
Yeah, just be like Grim.
He's been
anyway.
Anyway, who cares?
Yeah, we'll be back next week. Same Grim time, same Grim channel. For Dickie, Danny, I've been John, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
It's time to step into the grim darkness with nerds gather talking Warhammer madness. Grim After Dark, the podcast with the hosts John, Danny, and Val, but they're not the most. Claiming to be experts, but it's all a facade. Talking about battles and dice rolls, they're all odd. Trying to sound cool with their Warhammer talk, but I'm here to expose it's all just squawk. Nerds, everywhere I see talking Warhammer this, like it's a decree. But let me tell you, homie, it is all just a game. In the real world, homie, we are not the same. So put down the dice, step out of the dark. It's time to live life, nerd, make your own mark. Grim After Dark, the nerds playground. Talking Warhammer this, acting all profound. But when I listen, it's all just a bunch of noise. I love roasting nerds and their stupid ass toys. Stupid ass toys, I wanna grab them, put my hands around the neck, squeeze, Warhammer squeeze, until they can't breathe or breathe again. Tell a friend, I'm out here roasting nerds again.